What's up? It's Actors Daily Bread. I have a special guest. People are going to join slowly, so it's all good.
Yeah, we're warming up the room.
Yes,
get everybody,
turn
get the room
phone.
in here.
My phone's blowing up from Good Girls. What's up? This is Actors Daily Bread. I'm Christine Horn, life and career coach for actors and the founder of the Booking Magnet Academy. I have a special guest tonight, and that is my dear friend, bestie, actress, Tony-nominated, fierce person.
Thank you.
This is Saycon. If you're not familiar with her, you've probably seen her on Broadway in Eclipsed, freaking Wicked, Aida.
Some of this, some of that.
Everything. Most recently, was it last season? Scandal?
Scandal, yep.
She was, what was Angela
Webster
on Scandal. She was with
the FBI
Fitz.
director.
Yes. And yeah, we did an Actors Daily Bread earlier last year on the couch watching her. And so Saycon came to my house today to watch me on Good Girls tonight.
Yes.
So it's so awesome to have a partner in crime, a friend who truly supports me and I support her. Your Instagram is blowing up.
Yeah,
so
Instagram
live on Instagram.
Hi, everybody. We're live on IG.
Hey, IG.
We live on Facebook with
what's up,
actress
Elisa?
Christine
What's up,
Horn.
Tanika? And what's up, all my Actors Daily Bread fans, all my Hollywood Bound actor members, and all my Booking Magnet members, all of you guys on Instagram.
Yes, what's up?
So this is what's happening. So East Coast just finished watching Good Girls on NBC. Shout out to that. I had the awesome opportunity to play Sheila, who was a hot mess. The problem is we're on the West Coast, so we haven't seen the whole episode. I've only seen pieces.
Spoiler alert. I see. What's
Instagram.
up, Chiquita? What's
Hey,
up,
Chiquita.
My cousin's watching as well.
What's
Smith
up,
Life.
you guys?
What's up, everybody? Hello.
T. Camille Mitchell says, hello,
Hey,
Bulldog family. TCHS in the house. So listen, this is Actors Daily Bread, and if you're new on Instagram, since I'm not new, since I don't know your people, Actors Daily Bread is a video series that I do at least once or twice a week for actors to help you crush your auditions, book more work, and to get some ninja tips. I really am great at booking television, as are you. And we like to share our tips. Yeah. So today, Saycon was like, I'm going to come over, watch Good Girls with you, and I'm going to turn the tables. Because I'm always interviewing either her or other people. Thank you for the love and the hearts. Hey, on Facebook, Instagram is giving a whole lot of hearts and love.
DeMarco, what's up? He says swag in the bag.
Yes.
What's up? That's all. He's all the way in Doha. What's up?
Yes,
international
Doha.
crowd.
What's up? I'm going to say now, excuse our giddiness, because Saycon and I get really silly. Happy to be in the same building. But it's, Facebook, give us some love and some hearts. But Saycon was like, I'm going to switch the tables and interview you.
Yes. Me.
So this is Actors Daily Bread. So
yes.
So we're going to start all the way over.
Okay.
Introduce the show.
So hello, everybody. This is Saycon Simblo, and welcome to Actors Daily Bread. Your usual host is Christine Horn, but today she's going to be interviewed by me. Many of you on the East Coast probably saw her tonight on Good Girls. West Coast, you will be seeing her on Good Girls later on this evening. Yes. And we will get a chance to see the full episode later on this evening. So no spoilers.
No spoilers.
No spoilers. Well, you know, if you go on the Twitter, the Twitterverse is buzzing already.
Yeah, that's how I was able to see a little something.
Spoiler-rama. We saw a little bit of something on there. Awesome. But I'm really just pleased to be here with my friend. Shout out to everybody. I see what's Lucas knows. Hey, Trey.
Somebody said you need your Tony, Saycon.
Yes. Oh, thank you.
It's coming.
We all need Tonys in our lives, right? Growing Humbly. Thank you. A+ Dreams. Thank you. Latrice. What's up, Latrice? Just shout outs to everybody. We're on Facebook Live, and we're also on IG Live. And I see all my Chris. What's up, Chris? He probably rode his bike. He'd be biking. Played with his dog, and then sat down and watched this show. So
hey, you guys on Facebook, if you have questions, leave them in the comments.
Yes, because we'll take a section to ask questions, to repeat the questions that you guys are asking. Yes. So Christine, my first question I have to ask you tonight is how
this
do
is
you
so weird,
do it?
First of all.
I know it's so weird. I literally sent her a message earlier. I was like, you gonna be ready? You gonna let me ask you some questions? You ready for me to ask you some questions? So my first question for you is, how do you do this? I see you posting every day. I see you doing interviews. I see you recording Actors Daily Bread. And I know behind the scenes you are doing audition tapes. You're memorizing material. You have a family. How do you do it? Like what drives you to do Actors Daily Bread every single day?
First of all, hey Chiquita, hey Mia, thank you for watching. Thank you for the love.
I love you. I love your music.
Estelle, woo! Yes. First of all, I love to act like you.
Yeah.
But what I do know for a fact is, and I share this with my audience all the time, when I left Lion King, for those of you who don't know, I did the Lion King for 5 years. I really wanted to do
tour to Broadway, almost ended up in Germany at one point, Vegas, everything.
When I left Lion King, I knew I wanted to do more TV and film, but I did not have a guide. We had an awesome mentor growing up in high school for our theater, Freddie Hendricks. But as far as the business, LA, Los Angeles, even Atlanta, it doesn't matter. Acting, show business is business. And no one taught me that. And so as I found success and went through the ups, the downs of this industry, I was like, it's my duty to give back.
Yes.
So yes, I do have a business. Yes, I coach people, all that stuff. But more importantly, I just want to teach. I feel like God has placed it in my heart to serve. And that's the way I serve my community. So all my shout out to all my Hollywood Bound actor members out there.
Yeah.
It's just something, it fuels me. When I get emails, when I get freaking, I'm going to shout out Arisha, who's one of my clients. When I get cards and people saying, thank you so much, you're inspiring me, you helped me. Like, I wish I had me, and not to be funny. I wish I had me when I was trying to break into LA years ago. So that's why.
Well, I appreciate that. I feel the same way. I understand. There's so many things about this business that happen in the real life of it and the actual doing of it that they don't tell you in school.
Oh,
the things that you won't know until you're right there. So to have somebody that's in it, who's experiencing it daily, to be able to give back daily and present that online, make it something that people can watch it streaming live. You do it on YouTube.
Right. So when I finish on Facebook, it goes to YouTube. What's up, Sharon Lynn? Speaking of Lion King. Fabulous Sharon. But yeah, that was the thing. It's like you can learn theory in school. And shout out
to nothing like acting it out in real life. Like like really experiencing
and what that feels like. Yeah. And what I like to do with my community is to really tap into what's going on up here.
Yeah.
A lot of my clients be like, how do I book more roles? How do I, we've had this conversation. How do I do this? And it's like, dude, you got to work with the mental stuff that's happening up here that's preventing you from bringing your best self into an audition room.
Absolutely.
Or on screen.
I was speaking with a friend of mine, a young lady named Deborah. Shout out to Deborah. She's in her
you thirsty?
No, not yet. Okay. She's in her 30s and she decided to take a stab at acting, and so I've been giving her a few pointers. And one of the things I noticed with anybody who ever asks me questions is nervousness or anxiety about self-esteem and being having having a really strong sense of self and being able to feel like you deserve to be where you're
worthy,
to feel your worthiness, to be able to confidence, to walk into the room and have confidence. What is it that gives you confidence or helps you to feel confidence in your own work, for your own companies, for your own auditions or shows, for live performances? What is it that gives you confidence?
The biggest thing that gives me confidence is preparation. Y'all know, and some of you are watching out there, and I've talked to some of my clients, they be like, I got this audition 3 days ago. It is not due till Thursday, so I'm going to just put it off. And then Wednesday night comes, and you're like, oh my God.
Stressed out.
Oh my God. And you're trying to remember, and then you walk in feeling not your best self. And I can look at the old Christine and the Christine now who books or at least gets pinned or callbacks. And that's the biggest difference. Preparation, hiring a coach. I don't care if it's me or something. I don't care who it is.
Coach City.
Get a coach.
Shout out to Leland Duran Thompson.
Right. Saycon has a coach she uses all the time.
All the time. I live at his house, apparently. I'll be like, Leland, I got this audition.
But that's also the reason why you've had several tests in 1 week.
Yeah. Thank God.
So a lot of times I would look at the old Christine and be like, how come I'm not booking, or how come I don't have, and I wasn't doing the work. And yeah, it does cost money, point blank, period. There's no way around it. And if
you have to invest in yourself,
period.
It's a big thing.
Taraji Henson, Gabrielle Union, Nia Long, Viola Davis, they are investing. They have invested in their careers. They didn't get to where they were by not having help. We don't know it all. And it takes, when you're in the picture, you can't see the frame. And so it takes someone to come from the outside and be like, oh, you could do this, or what about this? And so for me, preparation is key to my confidence. And also knowing who I am. And that came over the years, being aware of
your type,
what my essence is, what my type was.
Absolutely.
Because when I was newer in the games, like I can be, of course we're actors. We're like,
I can be anything. Right. We want to squeeze into whatever vibe that we feel we can do. And, you know, I will say in theater,
there is that room.
There's a little bit more room to be a little bit of everything. But in TV and film,
TV, honey,
you
like,
definitely need to kind of know that people see you as a young mom, or people see you as an FBI person, or you know, there are types and things, and it's good to be self-aware.
Right. And that when I became self-aware, what's up, Kathleen? Thank you for joining. When I became self-aware,
Chandra,
I didn't. Hey, Chandra.
Speaking of Lion King, what's up, Chandra?
I didn't have to. It was less work.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I know this is what I bring into the room.
Absolutely. DeMarco just made a comment. He said it costs money to make money.
It does. And that's in any business.
Yeah.
In any line of work.
Absolutely.
And I think as actors, we just expect, I don't know, we expect something different.
You know, I think there is a fantasy thing that people think that they're going to just be walking through the mall one day and
get discovered.
And get discovered. Somebody walk up to them. I mean, we hear the stories about Iman, you know, walking through, was she from Somalia? And then some photographer was like, oh, you're beautiful, come. You know, but everything doesn't necessarily work in that way. Everything doesn't, I mean, for the most part, it just doesn't work that way. You have to prepare yourself. You have to study. You have to learn your lines, take classes. You know, there are people who, there are different avenues that people take to get to, as I say, to get to the party. Some people have gone through certain conservatories. Some people have studied with individual coaches. People have people have natural talent. And if you are just depending on your natural talent, to know that to put an extra step forward, to maybe spend a little money to buy a nice outfit that you know that you can wear on certain auditions.
Right.
You know, to if you wear extensions, put a little money, buy some nice extensions. If you don't, if you're wearing a haircut, get your haircut. Keep yourself up. Right. You know, how do you feel as far as changing your appearance for auditions? I'm asking that question because in the whole black girl mantra, there's always a thing like you get an audition and you're like, oh, what my hair gonna look like?
Right.
Is there, this is a big jump, I guess, but if we're talking about confidence and being prepared, besides doing the actual work, is there anything that you are concerned with as far as physical appearance with what you bring to the table when you go for auditions?
Absolutely. And let's be fully transparent. There was a time where I wouldn't show up on a live like this.
And with your natural
throw. Like I have to keep this image.
Yes.
I want to be booked like this, so I'm going to look like this at all times. And what I decided to do a long time ago was take back Christine. I don't care if my hair was going to be orange today or blue tomorrow. That was my choice for my personal life. But I do understand that. And what I teach often is, especially to Black women, is in TV especially, and film, but TV more so, like they see your hair speaks to a different type of character.
Yes.
Whether or not it's true, it doesn't matter. I personally
because people have stereotypes.
That TV works in stereotypes.
Absolutely.
Point blank, period.
Absolutely.
And we want to fight that, but it's just the reality.
So anybody who watched, hello everybody that's coming in tonight. Christine was on Good Girls tonight, and tonight on NBC. And she looked totally different. She had a long hairstyle. The hair was like past her shoulders. So sometimes, you know, if you're presenting a certain type of character, no spoilers, then they want you to wear a longer hair.
Right. I made that, as actors, we have to make a choice. And I know you guys don't have to deal with this as much, but for the women, and not just women of color, just period. You know, if I'm typically going out for a strong, FBI soldier types, and then an audition comes in, and I'm so grateful for casting. Shout out to Feldstein Paris Casting who cast me in this.
Yes.
Who just saw me as an actor and still will send me different things. It's my job, and it's your job as an actor to say, what does this character look like?
And to present it to them.
And what does this character have on? Just because my headshot looks one way doesn't mean that's how I have to show up, because we were drilled when we were younger.
Look like your headshot. They always, it's so true.
You better look like you're in it.
And it's like, they'll be all right if I don't look like my headshot. Like, I don't always look like my headshot. Like, headshot, eyebrows on fleek.
Right.
Everything is not fleeked out every day.
That's
especially if you're going in for a role that's like a person who's down and out, doesn't have a lot of money, going through things. Your headshot looks like your best shiny
You
self.
might be sick in the bed. You might be auditioning for Chicago Med.
Right. And you don't go in audition for a sick character with luxurious hair, eyelashes, face beat. You have to not be afraid to go in with no beat, no hair, no whatever it is you're going. And you have to not be afraid to let people see you as you are.
And that's
Jeffrey. What's up,
Jeffrey Williams?
Wow,
but that scares a lot of people.
Absolutely.
Especially women.
It used to scare me. I did so much Broadway in my life. I slept in eyelashes. Okay. Let me tell y'all this. I was sleeping in eyelashes. I was addicted to eyelashes.
Well, you get trained.
But I had to train, and you get used to seeing a certain, Chiquita, she said that's so true. You get used to seeing yourself a certain way with a certain glamorous image.
Right.
And then you find out you go on for certain shows. I mean, there's a nail addiction too. I used to have all my nail extensions. And then I went through a whole year where I was playing people who did not have money for nails. Right. So there was no nails happening. There was no lashes, no long, luxurious hair, and I love me some hair. Y'all will see on my own Instagram, you'll see me with short, natural hair. You'll see me with fro. You'll see me with long, thick, kinky curls. You see me with all kinds of stuff. It's just because you got to switch it up and not be afraid to switch it up.
Yeah. Thank you, Jeffrey. Thank you so much for the love on Facebook and Instagram.
Yes.
This is Actors Daily Bread. This is a different one. Saycon came to my house.
Yes. I'm doing the Actors Takeover. I'm interviewing Christine tonight, so I'm asking her questions.
Very weird.
I'm really proud of you and just love seeing how much you work, how hard you work, how often and how diligent you are. Christine gets up, she has her tea, and she gets focused on her day every single day. And it's really inspiring to me. So I want to ask you about time management.
Ooh.
How in the world do you do as much as you do every day? Time management is such an issue for a lot of us, myself included. Hello, anybody who has any issues with time management. I have a question. How do you manage your time to get to do the most possible?
I'm going to quote Bob Proctor.
Yes, Bob Proctor.
Who quoted someone else who I don't remember, but the person who he quoted said, you can't manage time, you can only manage activities. And so I don't try to manage time. I know for me personally, my day starts at 10 a.m. I'm on the clock at 10.
Okay.
Now that doesn't, if I'm called on set at 6 a.m. then you
but
don't
on
count
clock
that.
For yourself.
Right, but if I'm not shooting, I clock in to my world at 10 a.m., which means before 10 a.m. is my time to pray, meditate, journal,
eat, workout.
Don't matter. Whatever I'm going to do, that's my day starts at 10. And so I have business hours, and I'm always telling my clients set office hours. Even if, and Lord knows, I used to work a 9 to 5 and a freaking 6 to 2 a.m. So I know what it's like to manage jobs. I'm Jamaican.
I used to always be like, Christine,
I'm Jamaican.
You got plenty job.
But even with that, you got to find time for you. And if you're watching this on Instagram or Facebook and you say whatever it is you want to do, I don't care if you want to be an actor or not, whatever it is you say you want to do, fit time. I don't care if all you have is your lunch hour. Fit time in to do what it is you say you want to do. And so that's how I deal with my day. Okay, from 10 to, I try to say 8.
Not managing time, but managing activities.
Manage my activities. What do I need to get done this week? And then I break that down by day. And honestly, sometimes I'm a little overzealous. Some friends call me a workaholic. But
she's a workaholic.
I want so much out of life.
Yeah.
And
life is short, honey. You gotta grab that thing by the horns.
Yeah.
Take charge with it.
And I'm, and to be honest, Saycon and I were talking about it before we went live. I have to sometimes give myself permission to rest. I have to give myself permission to, it's okay, Christine, you did X, Y, and Z. You can chill. I
literally came in here today because I had auditions every single day this week, including Saturday. Okay. On Friday, I was doing a self-tape with my acting coach, shout out Leland Thompson. And I was like, man, after we did the tape, I was like, woo, I'm so glad this is done because I'm about to have me a beer and chill out. Man, as soon as I got ready to chill, I got an email talking about an audition on Saturday. Anybody who's an actor knows that auditions on Saturdays are very, very rare.
Crazy.
And so I found myself working through the weekend, trying to memorize material, prepare myself, supposed to be off. And not only that, but you walk into the room and you see all your favorite celebrities in these audition rooms. So you're like, oh my God, so the pressure is on. So then by Sunday and Monday, I found myself feeling guilty about not working. Like I didn't have, you know, not having work to do or not studying. And it's because things are a little more intense during pilot season. I'm out here in Los Angeles. Shout out to Los Angeles, everybody in LA. But like to give yourself permission to not be busy when you are a busy or you know, purpose-filled person is really important.
I literally have to say it out loud to myself.
You have to like say to yourself.
I said it out loud. I was in the car. My husband was looking at me like, okay.
I mean, look, she got plans in life. You see? So I feel it. I feel you on that. I'm really inspired by this. I really am. I think
Hey Sophia, thank you for joining. Hey Akira. I hope I said that right. Akira. We're on Instagram too at the same time. So Saycon is taking over my page. If you didn't see Good Girls tonight on NBC, you can catch the replay. What's up, Charles?
Charles Bullock, y'all.
And we're waiting for it to come on here on the West Coast, but I've had some spoilers on
Keith Cross,
Twitter and stuff on the East Coast. So
yeah.
So
this has been a really good time. I'm sitting here. I'm Saycon Symbol, anybody who just joined in.
Yes.
Thank you guys for watching on my live and also watching Christine Horn's live on Facebook, where it's actress Christine Horn. I've been interviewing her. I'm doing a takeover of Actors Daily Bread. So I've just been asking her questions about her life, about her career, and about how recently I asked her about how she manages time, asked her about her appearance. What I start off with, I asked you about just how you do, what inspires you to do it. What inspires you to do it.
Yeah.
So, what's the next thing I want to ask you? This show that came on tonight,
Good Girls.
Good Girls. I know a lot of people watched Good Girls on the East Coast, or you're going to. Okay, without giving any spoilers, how do you feel about the character that you played tonight?
The character that I played tonight.
No spoilers.
Her name is Sheila. That's not a spoiler.
Sheila. The morning light. Okay, so what was Sheila talking about? No spoilers. How do you feel about playing Sheila?
First of all, Sheila was so much fun because she's not my normal character.
Okay.
I have no problem in this stage of my
I saw
career.
a GIF on Twitter. I was like, Lord, Twitter was going hard.
If you go to NBC Good Girls on Twitter, they're blowing up.
Yeah.
But what was fun about this character was, like, again, my go-to characters are FBI agents, soldier, doctor, you know, therapist, psychologist. So this character was so much fun because she was a little extra, a little harlot, a little harlot.
A harlot? Oh, no.
Little church. She was a church lady, but
no spoiler. No
right.
Spoiler, no spoiler.
So it was just fun.
Yeah.
I remember when I got the audition, I was like, ooh, I'm gonna put this red dress on. I'm gonna put this hair on.
Just give it to him, yeah.
Right, because it was like she had long French nails and red lipstick, and I was like, big earrings. I was like, ooh.
So once you got the role, when you found out you got the part, and then you got a chance to go on set and meet the actors that are in this show, what was it like once you got on set? Like, did they, like, I know one thing now, I'm going into the nitty gritty of being an actor. For me, I can put myself together for a character, go and audition and feel great. Then I get on set and hair and makeup could be a hot mess. And you'd be like, no, this ain't how I like my eyebrows. Were you happy with how they presented you, how they, you know?
I was so happy. Forgive me for forgetting my makeup artist's name. We took a picture again. I need to find it.
We love it when we have good hair and makeup on a show.
But what I loved it was a collaborative effort. And as especially for those of you who are they were
open to collaborating with you.
Yeah, she was just especially because, you know, with a new show, you don't know if or when characters are coming back. I know originally, I'm not going to give anything away, but you don't know if or when they're coming back. Yeah. And so it was really nice. So she was like, what did you see her like? And so I pulled out my phone and was like, this is what she looked like in my audition. This is how I see her. And so we built Sheila based on what I saw, what got me booked.
So being able to do that and bring the character to the table inspired the director.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's a big part of it.
I would hope so. I saw what they had on paper, and then because clearly what they had on paper with what I did on tape meshed.
Yeah.
And so I got to go to the table read, and it was fun. Like there was still, you know, it was like everybody was looking at me like, ugh. You know, you played that role. Saycon was like, when Saycon did her role on Scandal last season.
The shade was real.
Angela, they didn't want you dating Fitz.
Oh, the shade was
real. They didn't want you.
To this day, I constantly meet people who they'll be like, where I know you from? We go to school together. Oh no! Oh, you was so. Oh, like oh my God! The people. Some people love it. Some people hate it. But I mean, hey, like I said, love me or hate me as long as you call me.
Yeah.
Call me,
that's those roles. That's fun. You know.
Now, so doing a fun role like that versus doing like a more serious role. Recently, I have to shout you out because you were also on. And shout out Charles Browning. He reminded me. He said, Christine, I saw you on the Versace movie. So on that show, you actually did play an FBI character. A more serious type of character. This is a show that's
this is American Crime Story.
American Crime Story.
The assassination of Gianni Versace. It's on FX.
Yeah, and it's based on a true story, which is a very kind of more serious material. You know, it's not it's not something to laugh at. You know, so what was the vibe like with the audition preparation for that? And then what was it like when you actually found out that you got the part?
For Versace?
Versace, yeah. It's totally different than Good Girls has a serious tone as well. But
yeah, you know, not that character.
Yeah, a totally different character.
It was much darker. Mm-hmm. Any FBI cop thing just has a weight to it.
Yeah,
and especially because it's a true story. And then for me, I was representing African-American women in the 90s. Mm-hmm. And it was intense. It was like you want to bring integrity to the story. You want to represent. You want to serve. And then when I had a callback and Ryan Murphy sitting across from me, you know, it was like a workshop.
You're like, hi, Ryan Murphy.
Right.
Thank you for casting me. I love it when I see people whose work I love and I get a chance to work with them.
Right.
It's like,
and it was like a workshop. It wasn't, you know, we do all this preparation as actors, memorizing 14, 15 pages for 3 minutes of time. It wasn't that. Ryan Murphy really gave me some time in the room to really play because he was trying to decide which role he wanted me in. The role that I actually booked.
Which is great. I remember because you auditioned for a different role first,
Well, it was the role Dasha Polanco from Orange is the New Black.
Yes.
She ended up booking the other role. But I was so happy to work with her, and I think he was just not sure where he wanted us, and it was great. But yeah, it was different. So Sheila from Good Girls was like, "Oh, this is just
a breeze,
right?
Not like heavy,
right? It wasn't heavy."
But so one other question about Versace. You shot that out of town, right?
We shot that in Los Angeles and Miami.
In Miami. So when you had to travel for work, what was it like? What is it like when you book a role and you have to travel for work? You have to go be in a whole other town, a whole other city.
It is first exciting, and then second, a little stressful.
Okay.
Because sometimes you may get the call that you have to travel immediately.
Yes.
But and here's where Actors Daily Bread, this show, comes in handy. I remember doing a video in Miami when I got there. Your phone, your battery's like, we low.
All right. I'll charge it later.
What happens is that a lot of actors don't realize is even though you're getting flown first class and all this stuff, you got to have some money in your bank account because you need a credit card to hold that room. You need money to survive.
You said it costs money to make money. Yeah.
You may be flown
a lot of times you may not even be paid until way after you've shot.
People like,
even per diem. You
might
not
not
get it until later.
We get per diem.
Yeah. And everybody's not balling out just because you see us on TV.
Mia, Lord, that's a whole different story. Yeah. Mia says, when was the Versace role? Mia, the American Crime Story Versace has been on. I don't even know what episode we're on. We're getting close to the end. It's on you can find the replays on the FX
and I'm totally behind on it. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm like that weird proud friend. I got a picture, a screenshot where I'll be like, my friend on there. It's my friend. But I haven't even seen the show yet.
So yeah, you can catch up. It's on demand on FX. But yeah, you can catch me in the first couple of episodes. But yeah, I think the main thing is just I always advise my clients to just keep putting money to the side for travel.
Yeah.
Because you think, oh, I'll be taken care of. Yeah, but you may get to your state, your city, just like I'm going to Hawaii next week.
Yeah, for the army type of
I can't talk about what it's called. But I need to, you may go somewhere and not be working for 5 days or 6 days.
You have to be prepared for it.
And you on your own. So
yeah.
We'll wrap up in about 5 minutes.
Okay, I turned the light down to save power, but we are still live on
Instagram.
On IG. Hi, IG. Mike Harrison, dressing room designer to the
Karen
stars.
says, hey, Karen, thank you for watching. She says, I just watched the trailer for Rogers Park. Amazing. Can you talk about the process of developing your character?
That's the one you shot in Chicago, right?
Yeah, there's a shout out to, Kyle will love this. I shot an indie feature called Rogers Park. It's doing its world, I'm gonna say world.
I feel like I shot everything with her because I know about. I'd be like, oh, I remember that one. Like, just because we stay in contact with everything. But yeah,
right. Let me put this in the comments right now.
Oh, so people can be up on that.
Yeah, I feel like I don't want to mess up the website. I feel like it's Rogers Park. Oh, shoot.
If not, y'all can Google those words at least, and it can come up for it.
Or I'm a tag.
Right.
Oh, there it is. Let me tag Rogers Park.
Why can't no get any new?
Okay, I was right. I had it right. So the website's in the comments. I shot an indie feature called Rogers Park in Chicago. Shout out to Chicago.
Kathleen says she saw it.
Awesome.
She saw it in Chicago.
And it's doing its tour. So we'll be in LA. I think they were just in Denver, Albuquerque. They'll be in LA in April.
Yeah.
And the film focuses on four people, two couples. Shout out to Antoine and Sarah, they're both on Empire.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm in it, and then the young girl, Lyric, who's the star right now of the guest star on This Is Us.
Oh, right, you were telling me.
She plays the foster daughter, Lyric, on This Is Us, who's amazing. She was a daughter in our film. And so it was like, we did it a couple years ago, and it originally was called The Year That Changed Us, and it was about these two couples and all their shit, basically. And
when will it be in LA?
It'll be here April 6th.
That's the thing you say you tagged me.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's coming to Pasadena in April. But if you go to the website that I put in the comments, it has all the screening dates for all the cities. No Atlanta. We don't have any Atlanta dates yet. But it was awesome. That project, someone asked about the process. I stayed in Chicago for about 18 days shooting that. That was a really challenging role. That role took every bit of everything out of not just me, all of us.
Yeah. And then did you have to go do reshoots too?
Well, yeah, because the film was set in every season.
Yeah.
So I had to fly back in the winter, and I had to fly back, so it was.
Let me ask you a question about that. When you are doing multiple roles, different characters, for different productions, and then still having to have some type of continuity filming over and over for a show like that, a movie like that, where you have to film over the course of a year. How do you maintain what is it like to maintain all those different jobs at the same time, or have all of that sort of be aware of that? Yeah, those lingering jobs in your head.
It's
a blessing to have, but it can be difficult,
It's a lot. You just kind of got to compartmentalize. And especially for any actor out there who's ever done an indie project where there's no budget really for hair and makeup, you have to
be on the continuity yourself. Right. Yeah.
Especially as a black girl, I had crochet braids in, which
I remember you
I had to keep refreshing them. I was like,
ooh,
was they longer?
Right.
You can't do them the same way each time.
Right.
And I was trying to describe that to our wonderful director, Kyle Henry. He was like, okay.
It's so funny. People have no idea all the little secrets we have going on in our hair.
But the character that I played, her name was Dina. She was so layered, and there were parts of her that were very close to home, some parts that weren't, and I just I think the beauty of actors is we find a way to put pieces away, which is why I think also as actors it's important that we find ways to release.
Absolutely.
Because so that all these characters
with you,
they don't take hold of our lives.
I say one of the hardest things I had when I did Eclipsed on Broadway, and I'm playing a woman during the Liberian War, during the Second Liberian Civil War. Shout out to Liberia. Having to play this woman who's going through so much, who's been raped, who's been kidnapped, it definitely takes time to shake off characters. So then to switch to that and have to be like pulled and have like all this whole different lifestyle, it's a change for you as a human being. You're playing characters, but it affects you.
It affects you, no doubt. And anyone who says it doesn't, I don't know how that's possible.
Yeah.
So finding a way to release and come back to who you are,
which is what makes having a chance to play a character like the one on Good Girls,
was just
so much fun. It's light.
She didn't wear me down.
Yes, she brought you up. She's fun. She might have worn some other people down, but that's why that's what's beautiful about having an opportunity to have a career in the arts. You know, for all the ups and downs, I always say there can be feast, there can be famine, but we try to find the abundance in the opportunities and just in the expression, the chance to get a chance to the opportunity to get a chance to express yourself as an actor and as a collaborator, especially if you're working with really great director, really great scripts, roles that give you a chance to just express the full gamut of as an actress.
Yeah. Yeah. We're blessed. Yeah. Guys, I hope you have enjoyed.
Did we get to get a few of their questions before? I know we have a few.
I didn't see. If you guys have a question, you can ask. But the questions that I saw,
let's see,
were answered. We look at old ladies.
What do they now? Say? What this thing say? I'm about to pick mine up so I can hold it.
See, this Facebook thing is weird. I can't. Once the comment scrolls, I can't see. I have to look at it on my phone.
Antoine said, yes, Eclipse, you walked that stage at the drama desk. Yes. Drama desk.
You guys,
Saycon
was in Eclipse on Broadway with Lupita Nyong'o. She was nominated for a Tony for her role in Eclipse on Broadway. Hey,
Patrice is in LA. Another actress doing her thing.
Somebody says, Johnny Davis says, was there a time when you would audition but not book?
Hell yes! And this is the thing about social media. It feels like we book all the time because we just post when we book. But in between that, we'd be like, dang, I didn't get that one.
I mean, literally.
Yeah. For every 20 auditions.
And if so, and I'm going to answer the second part. And if so, what did you change to become a booking machine?
Charles says he's so proud of you. Charles Bullock.
Thank you, Charles. I'll go see.
Yes.
Johnny, I hope I'm saying your name right. Listen. I mean, me and Saycon,
you do not book them all.
First, right. I'm going to say this. No. So to answer the first part of your question, absolutely there was a time. And I share this often in my community. You may be new to me, but my mid-20s to early 30s was a dry spell, right? That's when I really did Lion King, because I did theater. That's when theater is great. Because you go through different phases in what you look like, in the vibe you give off. And yes, and just because you're not booking doesn't mean you suck, right? It just means you're not right for the role at this time. I have some younger clients who look mid-20s. They maybe you're 25. Now you're too old to play a high school or college student.
You have those little spots where you're like,
you're too young to be the mom.
So
I'm personally in a sweet spot now because of the age that I am. But do not misunderstand that there was a dry time. And I share that when I first moved to LA when I left Lion King Las Vegas, when we closed.
Right, you moved
I moved here for about a year and a half.
I remember.
And I'm very open about this story to my community. I wasn't booking at all. I had an agent who never called me. And I was sitting at home collecting unemployment, bored and depressed and sad and lonely.
Yeah.
That is the reality. I had 0 bookings. And when I also tell my audience is that I decided, you know what, something has to change. Because what I wasn't doing at that time, Joni, I didn't have a coach. I didn't have any mentors. I didn't have a strong spiritual practice. I didn't know who Christine was really. I was searching for validation in all kinds of places through bookings. So I started something had to change.
Yeah. And having a chance to ground yourself really helps things to change in that way.
Right.
I see another question. Mia says, if you're well prepared for an audition, but you still feel nervous, how should you overcome that?
First of all, Mia, I'm going to also say something I coach people on is to switch your paradigm of what you're thinking about. Turn nervousness into excitement. Start saying, oh, I'm so excited about this. Because really that's what you are. You want it so bad. That's a healthy feeling.
And you're going to feel it no matter.
Beyonce
been acting for 20 years and you still feel nervous. I'm sure Estelle feels it. Shout out Estelle. You're going to feel nervous regardless. No matter how prepared you are, you can be knowing the scene backwards, forwards, upside down, and you will still feel nervous. That's never going to change. So yeah, to change it into excitement and to use it and to let it push you, you just have to do that. The other thing I do is I accept that I'm going to be nervous. I accept it.
It's part of the
and
process.
I say, how do I feel? How does this scene feel when I'm nervous? How does this scene feel standing up? How does this scene feel reading it with the reader, imagining the reader on my right side? How does it feel imagining the reader on my left side?
And how does it affect the character?
How does it affect the character? You can use it. You can absolutely use that. Somebody
said, Rachel says, speak on it. Thanks for sharing, ladies.
She says, like for a long time.
Well, Joni, if you haven't booked for a long time, it's time. Have you had coaching?
Yeah. You may have to take another look, see what you can do.
Something needs to be shifted. Let me tell you, I also went through a dry spell. I went through a chunk of time when I was booking a lot with my big curly hair, my big like how you're doing the curly hair. I had big curly hair. I did a show called Complications on USA.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah.
I booked. And I think the last job I booked was Shots Fired with Sanaa Lathan. And then it dried up. And for me, it was like 3-6 months. For me, that's a very long time. And my management was like, we need to change something. Something's not working.
I remember when you start doing,
and so I was like, let me change this hair. Let me do this hair. Let me do this hair. Sometimes it's as tiny as tweaking your look. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, you may not get called in because of your look. Maybe your
getting
vibe.
New headshots sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes it's that. And sometimes you just need coaching. So Johnny, I'm going to ask you, and you can DM me if you want to, when was the last time you had a coaching session about your whole package?
In general, yeah. I've been having these talks with my coach, Leland. We've been having these talks about who I am and what I bring into the room. Like just who I am, bringing myself to each character. And that's a difficult thing because a lot of times you go to conservatories and some schools will teach you to really neutralize yourself so that you don't bring yourself to the role. But what I've really learned in watching TV and watching movie shows, you see Martin Lawrence, you see Seinfeld, Whoopi Goldberg. A lot of those people are stars because of who they are.
Their brand.
They're just, Martin, what's up? It's just a very specific, unique way of being, And so really getting in touch with who you are and not being afraid to be who you are saying those lines or be who you are in that scene. Knowing that there's a chance that they might not book you for that scene, seeing your version of that. I'll tell you a perfect example. Just this season, I went in for a show. It was a medical doctor, and I gave them Saycon as that medical doctor. Now, I didn't get a call back or anything for that show, but the casting director liked me, saw something in me, and the very next show I auditioned for that casting director, I tested for that show. Tested twice for that show. It came down to me and 2 other girls. I didn't get the part, but it just goes to show that what I brought to the table was apparent enough and strong enough for them to want to see me again. So you have to be not afraid to even lose a role, because every time you go in, you're just giving them your version of that character versus trying to be what you think that character should be. It's a tough thing.
But that is my point. Someone asked earlier, it might have been Joni, might have been someone else.
Like, make a choice about your version of what you think that character.
When you asked, whoever was in the thread asked about when I saw the change, was when I stopped trying to be everyone else and understood that when I walk in the room, I'm 5'9". I have an authoritative vibe. I have just something about me. And once I embrace that, it's like
people are like, oh, we need one of those for this role.
So I may not book how Saycon, she didn't book that, but she got called in for something else.
Yeah, because they were like, they liked that. Whether it wasn't, they like, we like this. Not for this role, but we like this girl. We like this vibe. We want to bring her in for something else. Right. And feeling confident in who you are and what you present, knowing that it may or may not be right for that role. You want to be right. You want to make yourself right. The fact that they're seeing you at all for it means that there's some interest there. But feeling confident in knowing that your version of you bringing that to the role is what's going to, in the long, create the longevity for the roles in the long run.
Let me read this question. Johnny, I hope that helps. And if not, seriously, if you're not, and hey guys, if you're watching and you're new to me or new to Saycon, and you're not part of the Hollywood Bound Actors Facebook group, that's my free Facebook group. You're on Instagram too. Be sure to click the link above or below and join the Hollywood Bound Actors Facebook group where I do some trainings. But Kathleen asks, when finances are a strain, what other avenues can an actor pursue if they can't afford a coach? Now, I'll let you answer part of this soon. We're going to wrap soon. Yeah. Because my husband's cooked dinner and it's
It smells good.
It smells real good.
Wait, can I say one other thing? Just a little piggyback on that thing about being yourself. I tell people this all the time. Like I can use when I play Mimi on Rent Tour as an example. Most of the girls that play Mimi are like itty bitty 100-pound girls. They are not thick, like what I'm bringing, And I walked in and I was like, well, this is the thick chocolate Mimi. And I ended up getting the part. Now I'm going to say I auditioned like 8 times. Okay. It was hard for Rent, the musical. But I changed their minds. Just know that who you are is good enough to possibly change their minds. But I'm never going to be like a teeny weeny, it went out. Oh, it went out. I'm never going to be a teeny weeny, itty bitty
Hispanic
little girl, you know what I mean? So I'm just always going to be my version, but trusting that who I am and being confident in who I am, it beats all.
And that
really
goes, and that honestly, it goes back to worth.
Yeah.
And that's why
one of the first questions I asked about.
And that is why
confidence.
I'm always so a lot of actors are like, Christine, I don't need this life coach stuff. I don't need, but so much stuff
to the core
starts here and here. Yeah. And that's why a lot of reasons why you're not booking, because you're bringing so much drama and crap and stuff into the room. And
people don't want to work with you when they feel, in fact, my time on days when if I'm feeling low or feeling like, oh man, I want this, or my money's this or that, I try to focus on getting myself back to that neutral position of contentment. Because when you're content, you can walk into the room and present them the character, let them know, hey, this is me acting and I'd be great to work with. If you come in there with a lot of your drama, why y'all auditioning me 8 times, why y'all ain't figured it out yet, you can't go in with like attitudes about why it's taking them so long. They might not even looked at the tapes till yesterday. And then you're like, why they just now calling me? I'm right now holding out for a gig that I put a tape together 6 weeks ago for, and then ain't heard 6 weeks ago audition for, and then randomly like, the director wants to talk to you. I'm like, what was it? That was 6 weeks ago. You don't know rhyme or reason when they come to you for something, but to be able to just come in without bringing any of your baggage, personal baggage. And we all got baggage. But we want to just be able to come to the table. I see his question about when finances are strained.
We're going to take a couple more questions and wrap. Because, y'all, we get on here, me and Saycon. This is what we do all the time on the phone.
Yeah.
And Marco Polo.
Right. Texting and talking and video messaging and all
Kathleen, to answer your question, be part of communities where you can get support. Number one,
for free.
You can connect with other actors who want to do this. Plenty of times I've used to be in groups where you do scene study, or you and your friends tape each other, hold readings in each other's apartments or houses. YouTube, connecting with me, being part of Hollywood Bound Actors, things like that. But I'm also going to say this, and you may or may not like this answer. If going to your next level is a priority, I want you to do one thing. This is for all of you watching. I want you to go to your bank account.
Keep it real.
I want you to download your bank statement. And I want you to see everywhere that you have invested in acting. And if you can't find it anywhere on your bank statement, then it's not really a priority.
Come on. And it may not be for you.
And that's okay.
Yep.
But understand that the stuff we've been talking about tonight, it takes an investment. So I don't care if you make $8 an hour or $25 an hour. Every part of your check, just like you pay Uncle Sam, you pay your 401k, your Roth, Starbucks, lunches out, drinks, your
acting career.
I don't care if it's $10 you put in from each check toward a coach. Save that because your career is going to need it. You may not, I don't know, all of you watching are at different stages. Some of you are trying to get your first co-star. Some of you are trying to get your first Broadway musical. Some of you are doing regional theater. It's okay. But headshots cost money. This is just not
makeup costs money. Yeah. Whatever.
It's just not. I think there's a misconception, which you talked about maybe 40 minutes ago.
Yeah, because people think they're going to just be discovered and somebody's going to give them everything automatically for free. And it just doesn't work that way. That's
so
big misconception.
And I'm really not beating up on you, Kathleen, or anyone watching.
Yeah.
So I get sometimes money is tight, but I know for a fact that we spend money on what we think is worthy and think is worth it.
Because if you comb through, I know for myself, if I comb through and I say, oh man, I bought 8 Starbucks this month. One acting class at one-on-one is $40. I could have taken an acting class. You know what I mean? So like you can find places to move money around. And if it's not quite for you, if you're not in a place where you're financially stable enough to even, move some money like that, make a choice, make your coffee at home instead and say, I'm going to take 1 class a month. I'm going to take 1 class every other week, or really get online. There's so much free stuff out there.
There's free stuff. There's free stuff. Go to the SAG website. And again, network with your friends. Yeah. But also, look, I'm going to keep it 100 before we wrap. There's a link above called the Booking Magnet Academy. That is the monthly coaching thing that I have for all my students. I coach you every week and do a monthly live Q&A for $20 a month. You cannot beat it. I wish I had it when I was living in LA, when I was telling you that story about 45 minutes ago.
Yeah.
I didn't. I coach my actors every single week, and some of my actors are in this thread. If you can tag, ask them, visit the website. $20 a month to get weekly coaching and a private Q&A with me.
It's worth it. I mean, you think about how much money you spend on a meal at Fridays last night. You spend, anybody that's out there, you saying, oh, I spent a meal, I spent $30 at Fridays, but then say, oh, I want to get into the acting business, but then you don't want to spend $30 towards your acting. $20
to get weekly coaching by someone who is doing what you want to do. And look, you don't have to coach with me, but I'm saying I am offering a resource.
Yeah.
For me, when I was starting out, I didn't have the resource.
Yeah.
And I'm saying, and because I charge a whole lot more for private coaching.
Yeah.
You can go to my website and see that. So I created something for people who I know a lot of actors who are broke.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, well, $20 to get weekly coaching, that's less than.
Why not? Why not? Why not?
So,
and you can go on her YouTube. I'm a, they got different people body types. I'm a werewolf, so I do a lot of my best thinking between midnight and 3 a.m. So at like 2 in the morning, I'll be like, oh, what Christine talking about? Like, you can go on YouTube and look at Actors Daily Bread. You can see
we have over 100-something episodes on.
Lots of episodes, videos on all kinds of topics, from getting to know casting directors to preparing yourself for an audition, to self-tapes and how to do self-tapes better. That's the other thing. A little small detour is that there's a misconception. A lot of people think that self-tapes don't matter. I booked my first big role in a feature film off of a self-tape. A tape that was taped at my acting coach's house. We taped it, put it together, and sent it to my agent.
They get the same weight.
They get the same weight nowadays. There's so much with technology that people will receive self-tapes from you. So, I used to, back in the day, there used to be a time where I would see an email and said, oh, it's a self-tape. And I'd be like, well, I got a self-tape. I got to edit. I got to lighting. Well, I must not want the part if I don't want to do a self-tape. You know what I'm saying? Like, to really, to take the time to invest in lights. I got a little light that I keep in my suitcase in case somebody calls, in case I get an email in the middle of the night and I got to set up my joint and do my self-tape. You got to do your self-tapes. You have to be willing to invest in yourself for lighting, or for something as simple as, if you know that, oh, this makeup I'm wearing is kind of old, or, oh, I'm wearing this makeup from back in the day. Get yourself a nice foundation. Whatever it is that you, and guys, male actors, get yourself a little foundation for your self-tapes. Get yourself a little powder, or get yourself some skincare products, some Clearasil, whatever. Like, a lot of times our male actors want to think that they don't have to take care of their skin in the same way, but with the camera on your face and all that stuff, there's a lot of places in your life that you can invest as an actor to upgrade how your work is accepted, even if you don't have money. They got that good old Queen Helene at the at the drugstore. That's what I use. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's really put your Queen Helene mask on. Take care of yourself. Find ways to invest in yourself. I'm like, I love the sort of the straight and narrow thing of saying, hey, if you can't find some part of yourself to invest, the same way that you invest in what you eat, invest in what you drink, invest in your rent, invest in your gas, invest in your acting.
That's why I said, look at your bank statement.
Yeah.
That a mentor of mine told me that
once. And
Larry Wingett, I'm gonna shout him out. He's a huge. He has a very bulldog approach, and will hurt your feelings.
Oh, I have to check him out. I'm into that lately. Oh, I like the hardcore motivation.
He was one of my mentors in one of my speaking programs, and he has a book I have out here. It's called "You're Broke Because You Want to Be."
Woo! The title alone.
I got 2 copies, girl.
Woo!
But what I learned from him,
the title,
and one of the things he says is to look at your bank statement and see what really matters to you. Your bank statement will prove it all. Every time you swipe that card, that's what matters to you. So if you're not swiping it on things related to your career, it's not a big important thing.
Keeping it real.
On that note, it's been an awesome time. Thank you.
Yay! Yes. This is so much fun.
We have been friends since we were 14 years old, and I'm
Miss Mary Mack.
Nobody knows what that means.
That was Charles Bullock. If you watching Miss Mary Mack.
So it is such an honor. If you have someone in your life who supports you, who champions you, who cheers you on, and we do that for each other, keep those people near and dear to you. I know there's plenty of people out there who you may feel are haters or who are not on your side. Don't focus on those people.
Let them go.
Focus on the people who support you and lift you up. And this sister right here has lifted me up, and I continue to do that for her. And so find that person in your life and love on them and be grateful for them. But stay inspired, stay encouraged. For those of you watching, you're seeing us now. And we're not even close to where we want to be, but we're steady striving. But no, it wasn't always here. And that's why I do Actors Daily Bread, so that you can hear the real, that some days is rough, some days is great. And so I want to share that journey with you, but stay encouraged. But you, like Will Smith put a video out. If you're not following Will Smith on Instagram.
I love it.
He put a video out a few days ago about, people like, I want to be an actor, I want to be an actor.
Oh, yeah, it was on Twitter.
But it's
reposted
like,
a billion times.
And that's why I try to keep it very, gritty too, because it's like
people think you being mean.
I'm not trying to be mean. It takes work, and a lot of people ain't gonna do the stuff that we're suggesting.
Yeah.
But for those of you who are and who are getting this, and you got a light bulb tonight, I'm grateful for you. Thank you for watching. You can catch up on Actors Daily Bread on YouTube or on my Facebook page by clicking my name. We have over 100 and something episodes, and I have a couple with Saycon actually in the past when she was on Scandal. So you can see that when we watched it the night that she was on Scandal for one of her 5-ish episodes. But have an amazing night. We're gonna eat dinner and get ready for Good Girls on NBC here on the West Coast in about an hour.
Now, everybody, please follow me on Instagram. I'm Vintage Pop Soul.
Let me put you
on. Thank you, at Vintage Pop Soul.
I'll put in the comments, you guys.
Yes. And on Facebook, I'm Saycon.Singblow. That's SAYCON.SENGBLOH. And on Twitter, I am also Saycon Singblow. And so you guys, please follow me as well. Check me out. I do a little post here and there. And look out for upcoming events in May. All right, May. Okay, May. All right, May.
Good night, you guys. Be sure to, if you enjoyed this broadcast, share it and hit like. And if you want to leave a comment, please do so. I'll check it tomorrow. Bye.
Tomorrow.